You know what's going on. We're going after China now and the Chinese response and all. Where do you think that's going? You're a free trader, right?
Yeah,
you don't like this.
I'm a free trader. This isn't going anywhere good because it is not attacking the real problem. Frankly, the real problem is we're borrowing money like never before at the federal level, at the household level, at the business level. We got $68 trillion of debt, for the entire economy.
You're talking about all unfunded liabilities beyond just our federal debt.
No, just the debt. I'm talking about the debt of business, household, and government without even adding in the unfunded. We're living way beyond our means. The Fed has made it possible.
Is that what's going on with the markets now today, notwithstanding?
Yeah, the markets are a giant bubble. So what's happening right now is some little crack of rationality is trying to break through. And the market has a long way to go down, and Trump made a huge mistake by embracing the bubble that in the campaign he pointed out was one big, fat, ugly bubble. He was right. But instead of going to the heart of the matter, cleaning house at the Fed, he put in Janet Yellen in trousers and a bow tie. In other words, Powell is the same old Keynesian nonsense, keeping interest rates below zero in real terms, and that's the mother's milk of
real
speculation.
terms
after inflation. After
so
inflation.
you think that we're setting up for something even worse here. So when you see a spike up a day after a big sell-off, doesn't always happen. Most of the time it has.
Yeah.
Does David Stockman just keep selling through all of that?
That would be a great time to get out of the casino. And my advice would be run, don't walk, because this place, the stock market, the bond market, is the most dangerous.
So you're not a fan of a long-term strategy that says the markets invariably will go up over the long term?
Well, if you've been in for the last 30 years, there's no reason to jump out. If you have bought the stock market at the S&P 500 at 2,500 or 2,700 or on the dip, it's now the 200-day is 2580 or something like that, you're going to lose your lunch.
Even if you don't need the money for 10 years?
Yeah, really? Because I think this time the Fed's out of.
Where are you putting your money?
Under the mattress or any other. No,
where do you put it? Seriously.
You stay safe in cash. You preserve your capital. You don't get in harm's way.
What's cash for you? Treasury notes, bonds, bills?
Treasury bills, sure. And the interest rates.
But you just said interest rates are unrealistically low.
Yeah, but at least you're getting a small yield. You're not taking principal risk if you stay in the short end of the market. If you get into the long end of the market or into the stock market or any of the ETFs, you're asking for trouble.
It sounds like you're disappointed in this president when you start out liking some of the rebellious things he was talking about.
Yeah, I always thought that we needed a great disruptor. He's disrupting everything, but I never felt that he had a program to solve the problem, okay? And it's becoming more clear by the day that he's just kind of a whirling dervish, random, he randomly strikes, and he's getting focused on the wrong thing. The Mexican border isn't the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem is in the Eccles building. It's the Federal Reserve. The heart of the problem is this quarter. Listen to this. In the last 90 days, the federal government borrowed $500 billion. The GDP this quarter may go up $200 billion, which means we borrowed 2.5 times more than the growth of this modest growth of GDP this quarter. We are in huge trouble fiscally, and we have, Washington running out of control. This last bill they passed, it's called the Omnibus Bill. It was really the Horribus Bill. I mean, I have never seen an appropriations bill this far out of control domestically, defense, and all the rest of it in my entire career since 1970 when I started down there. Trump went in asking for a $50 billion cut in domestic appropriations. He signed a bill that raised it $63 billion. In other words, by the time the bill got to him, he was $110 billion deeper in the red.
He said he'd never do this again. Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe it for a minute, because he has gotten so bamboozled by the generals in the military-industrial complex that he thinks he needs $80 billion more for defense. We don't. It's not that we have too little funding for defense. We got too many missions. Get out of some of these places. He said we're done in Syria. Well, make that happen. Get the hell out of there. We ought to be getting out of Iraq. We shouldn't be picking a fight with the Iranians. The nuclear.
No, you're right. I would zero base everything. I would look at really from the ground up what we're committing to. Always good seeing you, I think. Okay. Thank you very, very much. And yes, he is a Prime Amazon customer, but that matters little to him. He will still let you know, Amazon, if he thinks you've given him problems. So think of that next time you try to ship a package to him. All right.